All right, start in 30 seconds. Bring your popcorn, kids. Tick-tock, and it is 6. So, let's do it. Let's do it. As old beard meets food would say. There we go. What's going on? But let's talk to ourselves. Good practice. Good evening, future Jayhawks. I'm Lawrence, the recruiting operations officer for the University of Kansas. The University of Kansas is the host university for Washburn, Baker, University of St. Mary, and the University of Kansas, of course. We all encompass the Jayhawk Battalion. So this is not just specific to the University of Kansas; it's specific to those other schools. We also include Haskell Indian Nation University with us. And Johnson County Community College, as well as Kansas City, Kansas Community College. The two community colleges, you can actually take ROTC for your first 2 years while you're there. However, while you're there, we're not able to contract you or offer you scholarships until you come to a 4-year university. So please keep that in mind when deciding to go to a community college as opposed to a 4-year university. So it's 6 p.m. Let's start this virtual open house. I'm glad everybody's here. And let's go. So our agenda tonight, as any standard Army ROTC agenda or any briefing that you're going to get an agenda. This is the welcome. So welcome. We're going to talk about the cadre, what to expect when you come to class, PT, some expectations from our professor of military science. We're going to talk scholarships and other financial benefits that you can have. We're going to talk some in processing, as well as some other stuff that's super needed. So give me just a second while I go and pull this up so I have it ready for us when we do it. All right, so go back. Oop. Am I still sharing? Am I still live? I lost it. This isn't good. Okay, there we are. I'm back. And then I'll hold off for some questions and answers. All right, so get my cursor back. Next, the cadre and staff. Right now, we're sitting pretty good with cadre. As you can see, we have Lieutenant Colonel Calvin Tate. He's our professor of military science. The guy below him is Master Sergeant Moffitt. He's our brand new senior military science instructor, the SMSI. Don't have a current picture of him right now. He's at cadet summer training. Well, he just got off of leave. Now he's on cadet summer training, and he's part of the EOD. So that was the coolest picture I could find of him. Major Sky Jimenez is our executive officer. She also is filling in for the HRA right now. She's also an Army reservist. So we consider her our Army Reserve liaison. So if you're interested in anything Army Reserve, I would go and talk to her. You could also talk to me, but she's the subject matter expert in that one. Below her is Major Nash. He's our Army National Guard, or our Kansas Army National Guard liaison, and he's also the APMS. If you're coming in as a freshman, he'll be your MS instructor, your Military Science 1 instructor. Up on top is Sergeant First Class Justin Lynn. He'll be the MS3 instructor. It says MS1, but we basically changed it in the last week. So he'll be teaching the MS3, so I need to update that slide. Below him, Sergeant First Class Dudley. He is our on-campus recruiter for the Kansas Army National Guard. So if you have any questions about the National Guard or anything like that, he's the person to go to. Super helpful, super user-friendly, and you will not leave there with questions unanswered. He will make sure you have all your questions answered. As you can see on both the HRA and the supply tech, both of them are vacant right now. We're supposed to get fills in pretty soon. Otherwise, it really doesn't matter. It's just the person that does your paperwork, and the person that issues your uniforms. But since we have green suiters and other people that can help, along with cadets to help, the program is running okay. Mrs. Keeley Persinger is up on there as well. She's our KU employee. She's our program manager. And she'll be the person that helps you with your 104R. And what your 104R is your academic plan. So she'll make an appointment with you. She'll help you. She's like the ROTC academic advisor. So you'll sit down with her. You'll plan out all 4 years, or if you're an engineer, you're possibly all 5 years, and you'll come up with a plan, and she'll verify it, and she'll work with you to help you out. She's super valuable, and she can help. She can almost answer every question that you have, even questions about scholarships and everything else. So she works right across from me, and we talk all the time. And then you have me, Mr. Lawrence Jenkins. I'm the recruiting operations officer. I'm the person that deals with all of the enrollment, the in-processing, contracting, and the recruiting. So if you find yourself in part of the recruiting teams, or you're just interested in volunteering to go out and help and like bring more people into Army ROTC, I'm the person you come talk to. Yeah, you guys are our best recruiters. You know, I can't be everywhere, and you have more contact with the student body than I have. So I do help, or I do ask that you help as a cadet. It'd be very much appreciated. Moving on. So this is my contact info right here. Please contact me if you have anything that you need. If you have questions about scholarships, if you have questions about benefits, if you need to get a hold of someone, you can contact me. Also, Mrs. Persinger's email and phone number is there. Again, one of the things we tried to stress is getting your 104R, your academic plan done early and get it done accurately. So if that means starting in the summer or something, please reach out early, because once you start getting into the swing of school and anything else like that, it really slows you down, and then you start missing deadlines. And a lot of your 104Rs for your instructors are part of your grade. So to get it done early, so you don't have to worry about it. I mean, you do have to worry about it every semester because it's updated every semester. But to get it done early and then only have to make revisions every semester really helps. So hopefully you guys took that down. We'll move on. So let's talk about your week here at Army ROTC. A typical week for you is Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We changed it from Monday, Wednesday, Friday to Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. You're going to come in and do physical training. Physical training is done by the cadets. The cadets plan it, and they have this thing called the Cadet Info Board, which you'll get access to, and they'll push out the schedule to say, hey, we're at Allen Fieldhouse today, or we're out at Sesquicentennial Park, and we're doing PT out there. So your leadership will always let you know days of PT, what you're doing, where you're going to be, what the correct uniform is, and everything else. It's also on you to reach out to your cadre, to reach out to your chain of command to give them updates on whether or not you're going to miss PT or you need to be excused or something like that. Communication is the best way to succeed in Army ROTC. Just keep that in mind. So this past year, we decided to consolidate all of our class and leadership lab to one day to help you with your scheduling. So instead of trying to schedule your ROTC class one day and then have to come in on Thursday for your leadership lab and then do all the PT during the week, we consolidated it all to one day. So now leadership lab is from 3 to 5 p.m. on Thursday. You'll have an hour break. And if you're coming in as an MS1 or MS2 or freshman or sophomore, you're going to have class from 6:30 to 7:20 p.m. And that's the only things you really have to do for ROTC during the week is anything on Thursday besides PT. If you're coming in as a junior, your class will be from 6:30 to 8:20. So you get an extra 50 minutes for class because you're getting ready to go to advanced camp that summer. So you have a little bit extra training. So the big question is, hey, I don't go to KU. What do I do for class and lab? All classes are done at KU. So if you're a student at St. Mary, Washburn, Baker, or like any of the community colleges or Haskell University, you will travel to the University of Kansas and do your class and lab here. All PT is done on your individual campuses. So most of the campuses do it Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, with the exception of Washburn. Washburn does their PT Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday from 6 to 7. So that's the only different thing about it. So this says right here, signing up guided tour. So give me just a second. I need to, I'll show you right here. It says enroll with Army 101 with the lab when you go through your enrollment. So if you come to KU, when you go to new student orientation, after your orientation, you're going to sit down with your academic advisor. While you're talking to your academic advisor, they'll normally put your schedule together, and that's when you enroll in Army 101. If you're coming in as a junior, you'll have to get a class code or a course code, and you'll have to email Mrs. Persinger about that so she can like vet. What she's going to ask you is she's going to want to see your transcripts, and then she's going to want to work your 104R with you to make sure that you can be a junior. So just coming in saying you're a junior doesn't really mean that you're a junior, because we've found out that a lot of people who think they're already in their MS3 year really don't have enough credits, or they're not academically aligned to actually graduate when they think they want to graduate. So it's really important if you're coming in with a lot of credits to sit down with Mrs. Persinger and get that stuff done. I'll show you how to sign up for new cadet orientation on the webpage, and then I'll tell you about all the tabs. So let me stop sharing this one real quick. Stop share. And then we'll go back to a new window, and we'll go here to this and share. All right, so this one right here is our website. So if you go to armyrotc.ku.edu, this is where it'll take you. And when you want to join, when you want to sign up for class or enroll in class, or after you enroll in class, come over here to the menu. If you're doing this on your iPhone, your Android, it's probably going to be up in the top right-hand corner. But hit the menu and go down to Join Army ROTC. All right. Once you hit Join Army ROTC, it brings you to this page. Enrolling and joining the program is a 4-step process. They're not hard steps, so we're going to go through it real quick right here so you know how easy it is. So step 1, I just need you to fill out these enrollment forms. There's a new cadet in processing sheet. Please fill this out within 48 hours of scheduling your appointment to come see me. I take all this information, I put it on all the forms, so I have all the forms printed out for you when you get here. So it makes the in-processing a lot smoother. Go through here, you'll click on this. It's a civil conviction screening. It's just questions we have to ask you to make sure that you're not in trouble with the law and that you actually are able to come and participate in Army ROTC. There's a medical screening here. Again, right before you contract and everything, you're going to go through a medical review board. So the medical screening lets us know that if there's anything in your past or anything that could hinder you through this process, we can tackle it early or tell you, hey, you can't really come here. There's nothing we can do. There's no waivers. I haven't seen anything like that yet, but again, it's possible. And then this one right here, the physical training form. This is basically a sports physical that you download, you take to your doctor, and you tell them, I want to participate in Army ROTC. Please I need a sports physical to say that I'm able to be in Army ROTC. And we ask that you stamp it and then bring it with you to new cadet orientation or to your in-processing appointment if you can. So after you fill out step 1, you go down to step 2. Easy enough. You'll click here to schedule an in-processing appointment, and it'll take you to a bookings page. So if you want to come in and just ask questions, you can do that. There's a question and answer session right here. It's 30 minutes. I ask that you do book an appointment with me because my calendar does fill up quite fast. So if you want to make sure you have time with me, please book there. And then over here, if you're ready to in-process, book the in-processing appointment, and we can move on from there. It takes about an hour. But if you have all the stuff that I asked from you here in step 2, it goes by a lot faster. So when you come in for your in-processing appointment, you're going to need a few documents. You need to bring in your birth certificate, your social security card. Don't worry, those will be returned to you. All I need to do is scan them and make a copy so I can put them in your records. I need a copy of your high school diploma. copy of your high school and college transcripts if you have them, a copy of your ACT, SAT scores. With that, I'm not looking for a minimum score for anything. I just need to know that you took the tests. And this is just in case you want to go for a scholarship. If you come in knowing that you don't want to go for a scholarship, you don't have to bring it in because, you know, it's no use to me really. But if you're looking to try and get a scholarship, I need those on record so I can put them into the system. If you're enlisted, like in the National Guard or the Reserves, I need a copy of your DD Form 4, which is your enlistment document. And then I need you to bring in your shot records because we need to know about the MMR and the Varicella, you know, the chickenpox and all that other stuff. COVID-19 card, if you have it, it's not a requirement anymore, but it's still good to have on your records just in case they come back and do an audit. All right, so once you schedule this, make sure you bring these in with you to your in-processing appointment, please. Step three right now is only for students that know that they're going to contract. So four-year scholars and juniors that are coming in. If you're a sophomore and you're National Guard or your reserves and you know you're interested in contracting and you meet all the criteria, you can do step 3 as well. So you open up the 139R. I only need the first 2 pages done. Right? Don't fill out any 3 through 6 because that is for cadre. When we go to contract you, we have to go through a whole list of stuff to verify that you're able to be contracted through the Army ROTC. DD93, fill that out as much as you can. The DD93 is your emergency data. So if something happened to you during training, we know who your next of kin or whoever we need to contact. Your DD258 is your tax form. It's your state of legal residence. So when you do start getting paid and you have to pay taxes, we know which state to charge you for. Direct deposit, that's self-explanatory. We need your bank account information. Your W-4. So if you know you were contracting in this year, use that W-4. The W-4 changes every year. So right now online, that's the 2024 version. If you're going to contract next year, coming in as an MS, coming in with a 3-year scholarship, I don't need that until next year, the 2025 version. So don't worry about that one. Your SGLV is your service group life insurance, your serviceman life insurance, whatever it is. I forget what it's called off the top of my head. That's just saying, do you want life insurance while you're here? The Army will, give that to you. Basically, you pay for it, but you get life insurance through there. And then there's a thing for 104R instructions. Again, 104R is super important. That's your academic plan. You've heard me say it multiple times already. That's how important it is for us. So please contact Mrs. Persinger for getting that done. And then if you're brand new and you're coming in, step 4, everybody please do this. It helps us get the numbers and know how many people are coming into the battalion. So you can come to new cadet orientation. So we can sit you down for 3 days, get you spun up on uniforms, medical, all the admin data that you need, some classes and everything before the school kicks off, right? So super good. It's a great time. A little boring at times because you're sitting through death by PowerPoint for about an hour or so, maybe 2 hours. It's going to be revamped this year, so it's going to be a lot more user-friendly. When you do that, like I said, it helps us with uniforms too, because uniform draw is one of the biggest portions of it. So if we know how many people are coming and we know your sizes, it helps us out greatly. All right, so let me go back to let's stop sharing that one. And then let's go share screen again. Let's go back. All right, so that's that part of the tour. I hope I have everybody still. If there's any questions, please let me know in the chat because I can actually see the chat now. All right, so the next thing is we do have a lot of extracurriculars, and I'm sorry about the window right there. It's actually not blocking anything, which is good, and I don't know how to change it. So I hope on the next page it doesn't block it. Anyway, so the extracurriculars that we do here, We do a lot of color guards. We do color guard for football, basketball games. We do stuff for the AUSA. We do it for A Night to Shine, which is like kids with special needs. They have their own prom, so we go out and we support that. It's pretty cool. We have the Ranger Challenge, which is our varsity sport. Tryouts start in August and September, and the team is formed, and then you go compete in October. Super fun. Cadets love it. We normally rank within the top 10 within the battalion or the brigade, so we have a really competitive team. The Northern Warfare Challenge is just like the Ranger Challenge, but it's up in La Crosse, Wisconsin, in the cold and the snow, and it's a little bit longer of a ruck march and everything else but the past 3 years we've placed top 3, so we're really close to winning this thing, and I think we're going to do it next year. We also have the Ranger Buddy competition. It says KU runs it. So what happens is it's a buddy team, male team, female team, co-ed team. They go out to Fort Leavenworth, Kansas, and they do warrior task and drills as a buddy. And we actually host it for the entire nation. So this year we went up to Fort Leavenworth, and 47 different universities from the United States came out and did that, and we placed pretty dang good. The last couple of years before this year, we actually won a few of the events, so it's super fun. I don't want to say we have home field advantage because we moved it up to Leavenworth and we didn't do as well, so hopefully it's a work in progress. We do a lot of range time, but I want to put a caveat on that with USAC moving under USAREC. So the United States Army Cadet Command moving under the United States Army Recruiting Command. Some of our funding is we're not under the training command anymore. So we're going to be probably limited on the number of rounds that we're actually going to be able to get. So the range may be going down a little bit, but we're still going to get out there and shoot weapons. And we also have a shooting team here at KU. So a lot of the cadets got together. They actually have their own shooting team and they go out. One of the coolest things that we do is every year you can see the helicopter right there. That's not an actual picture of the one we do it, but it's a cool picture anyway. We go out to Clinton Lake for the last leadership lab of the year. It's what we call our award ceremony, and all the contracted cadets get to get in the helicopter and they get to fly over Clinton Lake. And once they get over Clinton Lake, they jump out and swim to shore. So it's a pretty cool tradition. Super fun. It's something a lot of the cadets look forward to every year. The water's cold, but super thrilling. We do have a Scabbard and Blade Honor Society. So if you have really good grades, you can go into that. It goes on your eval. And it looks really great. They also do tutoring for all cadets. So if you're struggling in school, please reach out to the Scabbard and Blade. They try to get you with a mentor that's in your same degree plan, and they help you out with actually graduating, because if you don't graduate, you can't commission. If you can't commission, we don't make mission. So if we don't make mission, we're failing you. So we don't want to fail you, so you don't fail us, if that makes sense. So we do put a lot of emphasis on our cadets making grades. Our 5-year average the last 5 years has been a 3.31 semester GPA for all 4 MS levels. So that's pretty dang good. And it's been consistent. It's been between 3.31 and 3.35 the last 5 years. So it shows you that we do care about academics. And also, if you go down the hill from the Military Science Building, Summerfield Hall, they have the Military Affiliated Student Center, and they have tutoring available there too. So there's a lot of opportunity for you to get help with your school if you need it. So don't ever be afraid to sit and ask for help if you need it. All right, so let's go to this. If there's no questions. All right, additional training. So you come in and you want to do all the really cool Army ROTC or the Army schools, or you're just like, man, I want to do something else, or what else is there for me to do? It's just ROTC all the time. It's not. Summer training is super awesome. If you're a nurse, they have the nurse summer training program. It's 3 weeks of a nurse internship at a military treatment facility. So you'll actually get you'll get exposed and shown what you'll be doing as a nurse after you graduate and you go through your school, your nursing school, and then you go to your first duty station. So you're actually getting some hands-on great training in places like Hawaii, Germany, etc. So, you know, it's something worth you doing. We also have these things called the CAIT slots, the CAIT, the Cadet Advanced Individual Training. So CAIT slots are done through the Order of Merit list, the OML. And if you do really well in school, your GPA is good, you do well on the PT test, or you go into one of our competitions like the Ranger Challenge or the Northern Warfare Challenge or the Ranger Buddy, and you win one of those competitions, you're normally able to get a CAIT slot. So the CAIT slots are airborne, air assault. We had one of our students last year, he went to Army Combat Diver School, and he actually wears the diver bubble. And I want to tell you, he's one of only 2 people I've ever seen wear it in the Army while I was in the Army. They do also do Jungle and Mountain Warfare School. And then we have this this other thing here called a Project Global Officer, Project Go. You apply for it during the summer. If you get accepted to it, they'll send you abroad to like Morocco, Taiwan, the Philippines, wherever that you're interested in studying, and you'll actually get a study abroad over a summer. So if you're looking to travel, you want to do something on the Army's dime while learning something over there, we do that. And then we also do internships. So if you're interested in actually getting an internship, they do internships as well. All right, so Colonel Tate is actually on leave right now, so I'm going to talk his slide. To boil it down, what the professor of military science really wants you to do is be on time, be in the right uniform, have a great attitude, and be ready to train, really. That's all he really asks of you. All of his instructors are going to give him 100% to you, and all they ask in return is that you do the exact same thing. He wants you to be in extracurriculars, but he doesn't want you to, it shouldn't interfere with your grades. He wants to make sure that you know that you're a student first, a cadet second, and a competitor third. So if like going out for the Ranger Challenge team and your grades start slipping, he will pull you aside and say, yo, slow down. You might want to look about pulling back and actually looking at your grades a little bit more. And he wants you to learn lifelong goals and become super goal oriented. Oh my goodness. So yes, just focus on what you want to do, know what you want to do, and strive for it and go. But yeah, be here, be the right place, be the right time. Check your email. That's one of the big things. Since there's so many cadets in the program, we're not going to call you each individually. We'll normally send out an email to everybody, and that's the primary ways of communication. So check your email. All right, scholarships. Here's my bread and butter. So here at ROTC, we do scholarships. We're able to offer 2- and 3-year scholarships while you're here on campus. If you're a high school senior right now or getting ready to be a senior and you're watching this because you want to possibly get a scholarship before you get here, go to mygoarmy.com on June 12th and look up Army ROTC scholarships, start the application, start it early, finish it early so you can actually get into the first board in October. So Army ROTC scholarships on campus, what do they pay? If you're awarded a 2- or 3-year scholarship, it'll pay 100% of your tuition and fees, or up to $12,000 a year for room and board. So how do they do the room and board? The room and board will be paid to you in a lump sum of $6,000 around 45 days after the beginning of the semester, straight to your account to be used for room and board, whatever. But the Army pays you for room and board. Whether or not you use it for that, that's up to you. Next, and for the tuition goes directly to the university, so you never have to worry about that. I do want to tell you though, if you do get a scholarship and you do need you do the tuition, your tuition doesn't start. The tuition payments don't start until 45 days after you sign your contract. So if you sign your contract a month into the school year instead of the first day of school, like we try to get everybody to do, your tuitions probably won't get paid until around the first week of November. And most universities know, since you're on an Army ROTC scholarship, they're not going to be hounding you to say, hey, where's our money? Where's our money? They know that the Army does have that 45-day window after you contract. So if you start getting like balances in the mail that says you owe this money, just come in, tell the cadre will contact the bursar's office and we'll get it straight for you. So you don't have to worry about that. You also get a $420 a month living stipend. That's tax-free for 10 months out of the year. They just don't pay you in June and July since you're not in school. Even if you're in summer classes, the Army doesn't pay you during the summertime. So anytime you do anything for the summer's on your dime, even if you're on scholarship. The simultaneous member program, that is for National Guard and U.S. Army Reservists. That starts in your sophomore year. The benefits are full tuition and fees. You get administratively promoted to E5 just for pay purposes. You're not going to be a sergeant by that time wearing the stripes. You're going to be a DOT, shadowing an officer and just getting paid E5 pay. The cool thing about the SMP program is once you sign the contract with the Army ROTC, you're non-deployable. So you can't be mobilized. You can't go overseas until you graduate and commission. We also do have other scholarships for the Kansas Board of Regents scholars. So that's available to Kansas Army National Guardsmen. Last year, I'll just tell you figures. Seniors got $6,000 a semester, juniors got $5,000, sophomores got $4,000, and freshmen got $3,000 extra a semester just through that scholarship. And that's only for National Guard members. But if you're looking to try and go active duty after you graduate and you're in the National Guard, don't take the KBOR, that's what we call it, the Kansas Board of Regents, the KBOR money, because that locks you into service to the Kansas National Guard for 4 years after you commission. So if you're looking to compete for active duty and only use your tuition assistance, don't take the KBOR money and don't take a scholarship if you're National Guard. Next. All right, so what does it take to be an ROTC scholar? It's all merit-based, so we do have a board. When you come in and you're like, I'm interested in scholarships, we'll ask you to bring us your PT test, which you'll take during your new cadet orientation. It's the Cadet Command Fitness Assessment. It's 1 minute of push-ups, a minute of crunches, and a mile run. We'll take that score. We'll ask for your transcripts, and you'll fill out a board worksheet, and it just tells us a little bit about you because most of the time we don't know everything about you because you're brand new. You need to have a 2.5 GPA. You need to be medically qualified. If you're going up for that, you just, after you in process, you're like Lawrence, I'm interested in going for a scholarship. Excuse me. I'll put you in for a medical board called a DODMERB. You go to a physical and an eye appointment, sends it off to DODMERB, and they find out whether or not you're medically qualified to serve. You have to be between 17 and 26, a U.S. citizen. There is a tattoo policy, so you can't have them on your hands or neck. No more than 3 dependents. And that's why we sent good moral character. That's why we sent you when you go on to Join Army ROTC on our website and you fill out the civil conviction waiver or form, that's where we find out whether or not you're good moral standard. And if you have questions about scholarships, I go through this in detail during new cadet orientation. And by that time, I should know whether or not we have money for freshmen during the year. And then once we get money is when we start. Once we get money and the board dates are announced for brigade, we actually do our boards there so we can match it up and we can start awarding some scholarships. Any questions about that? Leave a chat. All right, so website. Now we're going to go over to the website again. Actually, I don't think we really need to, but I will because it says DODMERB, and I just want you guys to know about DODMERB. Let's see. Oops. Oh my goodness. It's embarrassing. All right, so share screen, window. Where we got Army ROTC. Share. All right, so again, if you want to join, we'll go back here. If you want to join Army ROTC and fill out the steps, go down to Join Army ROTC and steps 1, 2, and 4. Unless you're coming in on scholarship or if you're coming in on a 4-year scholarship or you're a sophomore or junior, knowing that you're going to contract, you need to do step 3. All other people just 1, 2, and 4. So that's just join Army ROTC. Go to the menu, Army ROTC, and we have a whole lot of other stuff in here too. I have information about scholarships. You can sign up for new cadet orientation here if you want, but I wanted to come down to work them up to about. And you go down to DODMERB physical. So this is the biggest thing that holds up everybody when they come into Army ROTC. So DODMERB. DODMERB is the Department of Defense Medical Examination Review Board. We put you in for a physical. You go for an eye test, and then you take that eye test over to the physical. They do the physical. They combine the 2 tests, and then they send it off to DODMERB. I want to let you know DODMERB is responsible for the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marine ROTCs. The Army ROTC is 6,000 cadets strong, and combine that with the other 3 services for DODMERB staff of 21 military and 23 civilians. So there's 44 people that work for over, I'm going to say 10,000 cadets, and they do go to cadet summer training. So if you're interested in doing something like a scholarship or anything, and I send you information about a DODMERB and say, please fill this out and please schedule your appointments as fast as you can, it's because they get bogged down during the summertime, and I don't want you to have to wait too long to do stuff. So one of the biggest things we stress here at Army ROTC is not taking your time when a cadre member asks you to do something like this. I mean, other things, you're going to get busy and everything else, but DODMERB takes forever. So, and plus, if they find something in your records or you need a waiver for something, the waiver process can take longer if you procrastinate and don't do anything fast. If you're interested in on the slideshow, I had contact information. So if you go over here to cadet faculty and cadet staff, man, I'm fumbling my words. If you need to contact any of the cadre, say like, for some reason, go to my handsome face right here. If you needed to contact me, you can open up my webpage and you have all of the emails that I have and all my phone numbers and everything else. You'll also see what everybody does. So if you have a specific question about something, you can go there. If you're interested in joining the National Guard, again, Sergeant Dudley's here. I need to change it because he just got promoted to Sergeant First Class, but click on Sergeant Dudley. All of his information is right there. If you're interested in talking to the cadet staff, I don't have any of their pictures yet because it's summertime. Here's all the staff in alphabetical order for the fall 24. So you can reach out to some cadets early if you want and say, hey, I'm cadet so-and-so. I'm interested in this. Do you have any information about it? All the cadets are super helpful and they want you to succeed. So they're not going to be like, oh my God, why are you here? All right, so we'll quit sharing because I think that's what I got. And then we'll go back to the slideshow. There. All right, any questions about that? If not, we'll move on. All right, so that's it. This is my information right here. I would love it if you followed us on Twitter, Instagram, because I do put out a lot of stuff on there. Especially throughout the summer, you get to see with the cadets during the summer what they're doing. Parents like to go onto Facebook so they can see updates on everything. We advertise on there. We let people know when scholarship boards are happening, everything else. We remind people of important dates. And then you get to see yourself in action if you come to the Jayhawk Battalion. So again, my contact information is right there, my email. Feel free to do whatever. I appreciate your guys' time. If you have any questions, please type them in chat. I'll stick around and answer questions as they come in. So that went by a lot faster than I thought it would. If not, have a good night. Thanks. It's a good day in Kansas, I'm telling you. It's raining outside right now. And I'm sitting in my office. And I don't have the air conditioner on, so it's getting a little warm in here. And that's one thing you'll find out about me when you come here. I don't take myself too seriously. I like to talk to everybody, so come on in and talk to me. I might give you a hard time just because that's my personality, but I enjoy it when you guys come in. So any questions? No? All right. Well, looks like everybody left. So I am going to end the stream. Thanks everybody for coming on, and catch you around.